Let's talk about how to help your baby babble or babble even more. So grab your coffee, grab whatever you like to sip on, and let's get started.
Welcome to Gab and Grow. My name is Gabrielle, and as a pediatric speech-language pathologist, I want to help you help your child connect with you and the world around them to grow into the person they are truly meant to be by nurturing their speech, language, and learning. The best therapy begins with you, so I hope you learn something new and consider subscribing.
We listen for babies to babble between 4 and 6 months, and at 12 months, their babbling has usually turned into first words. We usually expect between 1 and 5 words around a child's first birthday. In this video, I am breaking down 6 tips that you can use to increase your baby's babbling. Tip number 1 is to get on their level. I hope you've heard me say this over and over again, but you do need to be face to face so they can see your mouth moving for speech. Babies learn so much by watching your face, from your eyes to your mouth and even your expressions. Being face to face helps your child tune in to how sounds are made, and it also helps teach them how communication is a back and forth exchange. Tip number 2 is to use visual sounds. Visual sounds are the sounds that your child can see. We can see the sounds that we make at the front of our mouth. So these are going to be P, B, M, T, D, and N. And that's because we use our lips and we use the front of our tongue to make these sounds. It's easier for babies to see these sounds and try to copy them. So it's really helpful for them when you use these sounds over and over again and you really emphasize them, showing them how you clearly make the sounds so they can be encouraged to try them themselves. You can really have fun by exaggerating these sounds and even pairing them with different play activities to make them more meaningful. So what I mean by this is if you have a ball, you can exaggerate ba, ba, ba with the ball to bring in more meaning to that babbling. You can say when you're eating something really yummy or when you're feeding them to bring more meaning to the sound that we make and really exaggerate these for them. When you're helping them learn T, D, and N sounds, you can even stick out your tongue a little bit to show them what you're doing to make this sound. So you can say da, 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 and show them your tongue and how you're making that sound. Tip number 3 is to copy your baby sounds. I always say, if you want them to copy you, then you need to copy them. They might even understand this sort of as taking turns in a conversation and try to babble back to you if you copy them first. So if your baby says ga or any sound, you just say it right back to them. You might just see them light up and try it again. Tip number 4 is to wait for them to take a turn. Babies and young children need more processing time in order to understand what's being said around them and to have a chance to respond back. So after you say a sound or a word, pause expectantly. Give them a moment to process and then respond back. It's really easy to try to fill any space or silence, but that 10 to 15 seconds, sometimes even longer, can be the time that they need to have the chance to babble back to you. Tip number 5 is to bring toys or their favorite things right up to your mouth. The reason why you want to do this is because it draws their eyes and their attention to your mouth to see how sounds and words are formed. When you're playing with them and you're down on the ground, they're probably looking at the toys that are on the floor. And even if you say, look at me, look at mama, look at my mouth, look at dada, they're not going to look. The easiest thing you can do is take their toy, bring it right up to your mouth, and say the word you want them to hear and say. Tip number 6 is to use parentese or child-directed speech. This is when you use a sing-songy voice with a slower pace and exaggerated pitch and sounds. Have you ever heard someone say, oh, we don't talk to our baby with baby talk because we want them to talk earlier, or I don't know. I really don't know why people do that, but using the sing-songy voice is actually one of the best things you can do if you want your child to have early developing speech and communication skills. Research shows us that babies love this. Not only do they love it, but it actually does help to grab their attention and their focus to engage in the back and forth exchange with you and to pay attention to the sounds that you're making. These 6 tips can really encourage your child's early communication skills and their babbling. If tips like these on helping your child develop through their milestones is something that you want to learn even more about, then please hit the bell icon to subscribe so you can help your child thrive. And to help you know if your child is on track with their communication milestones, I made a free roadmap of communication from birth to 5 years old so that you can see that big picture of when your child is born all the way to when they're entering kindergarten. If you're interested in this, please get it for free down in the description below. Before you go, please let me know down in the comments what you'd like to learn more about so that I can make more resources just like this for you and your family.